Welcome back to the Djinn's Treasure. We just don't want to do unmolding of this beautiful resin dragon. As you can see, it's green with some gold glitter, gold speckles. And we're just going to ignore the bandage on the finger there. That's nothing to worry about. It's probably my 20th, if not 25th resin dragon. I'm getting pretty comfortable working these right now. I might even have to replace the mold. The other day I was looking at it and I'm noticing that the more I flex it, it's starting to create those creases, which is kind of a standard thing for anything, any type of plasticky rubber silicone thing. To when it flexes and over time it just kind of wears down. Really got to work it to get that tail out. There we go. Let's have a look at this thing. You hold it up, please. Beautiful. So you can see there's the head of the dragon, the two wings, and the tail. That's the whole magic. All right. So after I did that green dragon, I got to work on some more resin. And as you can see, this one is clearly a little bit different. It's different material. So in the past, like that green dragon or this purple dragon with the blue glitter that I got going on, I have used, let's see, I forget the name, SigWong dyes. And when I did this bulk purchase of all the rainbow colors of SigWong dyes, they also provided a few of these glitters. As you can see, I don't have a lot left, but they give this bulk stock of assorted colors of glitters and the whole array of rainbow colors for the dyes. And that is how you produce those semi-transparent, or depending on how much ink you use. It's a different dye than, say, what we have here, which is these mica powders is what it's called. And just a moment, let me double check the brand name. Okay, unfortunately, I don't have the brand name specific for this mica powder, but I can confirm that this is what we got at the Hobby Lobby. So if you go shop in there, you'll find, I think they only have the one brand. And anyways, so for the mica powder, you can see it's produced a completely different type of ink. And this is still wet a little bit. I poured this about 30 minutes ago, so it's still in the process of drying. But you can see that it comes with this really cool design. My idea was to create these are also from Hobby Lobby. These, come on, let's get the focus in there. These fake, actually I have the container here. So Fragment FX looks to be the brand name, and they're glass chips that have been spray painted a metallic gold, and I just dropped a few of them in there. And then the resin, by the way, the resin that I use, let's bring it over here, is BSResin. I learned recently that it's not pronounced BSResin, it's pronounced BSResin, which makes a lot more sense. Nobody would want to be buying some BS resin. And I had a little bit left over after pouring this, so with the remaining, I just dropped it in and made a I consider it to be like a maybe like an oak wood brown complexion of the powder. In fact, you could see it kind of matches the pattern of this table here anyways. So this is what we've got going on. And I didn't use my camera stand today, so that's why. And I'm also very, very excited because I think that this process is going quite well. So I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. Yeah, and then I might, for my next run, do a little trial of experimenting with some glitter mixed with the mica powder, although the mica powder itself does have kind of like a sparkly complexion. It looks very good. The one thing that we got to figure out how to work with is the let's get the focus back in there. You'll notice that there's a few of these dots, like maybe there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a dot here, dot there, dot there. Those dots are, or blobs, are created from the bubbles, and so we still got to figure out if it's because I need to pour more earlier or more later. This one was probably closer to a middle ground, closer to earlier, as far as me mixing in the cup, waiting about 30 minutes to an hour before pouring it in here. And I want to try on my next run, I'm going to try to just mix it and pour it immediately. The risk is that if we do that, the next step I took was taking my little copper scrap wire here and doing the swishing, and that's how I got this wavy effect, which I really like. And the problem is that if I pour immediately while the resin is much more of a liquid state, that it might kind of dissolve, or the swishy effect won't last. And so yeah, in the next 2 trials, I'll be doing one where I pour immediately and one where I pour much later. I suspect that I'll have to wait later in order for the bubbles to settle, but that's all theory at this time, and we will just have to stay tuned to see what happens next. Anyways, this is Djinn's Treasure. Check it out. Bye for now.